If you just stumble across the channel, it's probably because somebody hit that like button before. And for those of you who hit that like button, comment, and subscribe, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Gotta get the cake. Okay, this ain't what you used to. Always with the new, this ain't what you used to. I do me, do you. I do me, do you. This ain't what you used to. 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 This ain't what you. No, this ain't what you used to. Switching from the bikes to a new coupe. You know I keep some new shoes. Keep it simple, not like you. All night, get right. Know you know the price. Know you know the name, no games. I need all my money now. Not playing, man. This ain't what you used to. I might fly to LA. This cold weather ain't for me. Hit the bank, run your way. What you used to? Ain't no grinding to the top. I can't let it slip away, so I gotta get the pay. Okay, this ain't what you used to. Always with the new. This ain't what you used to. I do me, do you. I do me, do you. This ain't what you used to. 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 This ain't what you. Calls keep coming in. For the win, get it in. This ain't what you used to. Swear you get on my nerves. Trying my line, get curved. This ain't what you used to. Round, round, swerves. Everybody here knows the word. This ain't what you used to. Know you know the drill. Overpaying now, I see the rail. This ain't what you used to. I get it in for my kids. Stack those chips and I get that check. Not what you used to. You see how I live, work my biz. I'm too far from the rest, not what you used to. Okay, this ain't what you used to. Always with the new, this ain't what you used to. I do me, do you. I do me, do you. This ain't what you used to. 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 This ain't what you. Double A, double up. Yeah. Double A, double up. The money I color up. Color up. Double A, double up. The money I color up. Color. 2 turns of 4 turns of 8. Sleep and get paid. Rich when I wait. I bet the bank. I set the pace. Guess what I make? That's what I make. Counting pockets, that's a trending topic. You got this and you got that, but got no spending options. I keep quiet, but still get it rocking. I keep quiet with it in my pocket. I keep quiet, moving stuff for silent. Double up. The money I color up. Color. Double up. The money I color up. I swear God been blessing me. You think you been testing me? Throw me lemons, watch lemon squeeze. Pieces been my recipe. You buy watch then bust them down. Mine is my investment piece. Heard your mixes drowning out. You need to call Trevor, please. I don't fold, I don't fear. Pearly whites, no veneers. Keep it clean, check is clear. Water clear, P is clear. See the light, you go dear. See the light, I go near. Let me shine, watch me shine. I'ma shine, vision clear. Double up. The money I color up. Color. Double up. The money I color up. Color.
Check. 1, 2. 1, 2.
Who ready? honestly feel like Kobe. I'm like Jokic with the rock. You physically couldn't hold me. I don't care if you pushing 40. You can never little bro me. Euro step like Ginobili, from young OG to the OG. From nosebleeds to floor seats. Circle stronger than Cuban links. My gold dance, your gold plated. You verse me, now that's a reach. We ready? Who ready? We ready? Who ready? Who? We ready? Who? Who ready? Who? We ready? Who? Who ready? We ready, been ready. I waited, my turn, on God, held steady. I keep dropping back to back. I keep going if you let me. I've been sitting at the top, looking down at those who left me. Promise I'm not being petty. I'm the one they envy. Brody moving state to state, make $1 million out to send me. Plus I grinded from the start. I was stacking pennies. I might dip like Machiavelli. After the confetti, who ready? We ready? Who ready? We ready? Who ready? Who? We ready? Who? Who ready? Who? We ready? Who? Who ready? We ready? Who ready? We ready? Who ready? Who? We ready? Who? Who ready? Who? We ready? Who? Please fill my cup. Am I really asking for much? It's been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup. Find me under the sun. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time. Oh, 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 oh. And I'm singing like, whoa, oh, oh, oh. Lit check, been a minute, let me hit the homies in a group text. 10 years, same team, true vets. Got a couple trophies, but no chains on the neck. No. Got a couple Cardis, we don't flood with the gas. It's a very small world, so my hand holds. Wake up, make the money, that's a man's role. Loyalty and love is what I stand for. Can't forget about trust, but first, please fill my cup. Am I really asking for much? It's been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup. Find me under the sun. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time. Oh, 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 oh. And I'm singing like, whoa, oh, oh.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto with Road Dogg. My name is Lane. We're taking a look at the charts tonight. Shout out to everybody who's hanging out here tonight with me. Got Dave P. See you out there, Dave. How's it going? Popcorn ready. Strega. How's it going, my man? Brackets of Interest, Crypto 420. Curious George, welcome to the stream, my man. And I think I got everybody so far. Maybe a few lurkers out there. Welcome, lurkers. So, this market that we're in right now, right? You know, we talked about the possibility of a breakout. We also talked about the possibility of a rejection. I'll let you guys figure out which one we got right there. It wasn't the breakout. However, we do have interesting thing going over here with Bitcoin dominance. This is on the daily chart over here. She's looking like she wants to go up, meaning that more than likely people be selling out their altcoins into Bitcoin. Or maybe in stablecoin, because Tether dominance is starting to rise up a little bit. One thing for sure, altcoins are starting to head down a little bit. And you thought they were at some juicy prices already? Yeah, looks like we're about to get a shakeout. Could that happen? Well, the total 3 market cap keeps coming down to the downside, even just a little bit. I mean, we're going to feel it. It's not going to be too good. And some of these altcoins are still kind of down there, right? Look over here at the day market. It's still a lot of red there. Look, Tao's down at 425. It's a bargain. Remember, it was 7. Did it get to 800? Maybe 800. TIA was $17, $18 there. She's half price now. Now imagine if we take another hit on altcoins, will they be coming down more? Don't mean to sound so bearish today, but on the weekly, we know we had a nice little run to the upside to kind of balance things out a little bit. And on the hour, it looks like we're feeling a little bit more positive here. So let's take a look and see what Bitcoin is doing. I'm getting kind of bummed out on Bitcoin because as bullish as it was seeming, breaking above this trend line and even retesting it and starting to come up, we did not. Price could not even come close to making a new high and reaching 65. We wicked up there. Oh, and that was early. Now we do have a moving average area down here at 61.7. Doesn't mean that that's going to hold anything. I do like, I do say that the moving averages, some people use EMAs, and I just noticed that moving averages seem to respect the price a little bit more. In my backtest and everything, you seem to get more respect out of bounces, whereas in EMAs, you can kind of flow through, you see price go through those EMAs a lot. And so I like them, EMAs, and they do suggest some areas that we might find a little support over there. And if that doesn't hold, we're maybe looking at 60,000, but let's just cut to it, babies. Let's just cut to it. If we break back into this pattern, we've got a good chance to come down to the bottom of this pattern. We've got a measure move, a Bukowski measure move. Fine-tuned it just a little bit. It comes in at 54,000. And we got another trend line down here at the bottom at 50. We're just depending on where we hit it at, somewhere in the mid 52s, which, you know, maybe we might be seeing that. I have to keep those possibilities in mind every time that I break into this channel. That puts me into a little bit more of a bearish mode here, where I've got to, well, now I've got to consider de-risking, because my theory, my trade is about to be invalidated. Now, for the Wyckoff people trading this strategy, oh, you guys are still good. Because, you know, I come down here and just bounce going right back up, right? But that wasn't my trading plan. That wasn't my trading setup. So I've got to respect my original plan, which wasn't a range trade, even though I could talk myself into, okay, let's play it as a range. Well, it's not a range and it's coming down. And then, you know, I've got some leverage positions out there that I need to take care of, not just in Bitcoin, but also in altcoins. Yeah, I need to take this a little bit more serious. So this is, the chart is telling me, doesn't mean that it's telling you, but from what I'm doing, it's telling me that I got to start thinking about seriously de-risking here. Now, giving it a little time to see if it can respect this trend line, and even giving it a little bit more wiggle room here to play with. But I do have another little area right here, so I'm letting that be my little line in the sand as we speak, pretty much. If I see us kind of breaking below this area, well, I'm probably going to de-risk a little bit, just a little bit. And if we start coming down more, well, I'll de-risk more. And we'll have to see what it goes. But on the plus side, I got to say, man, even here on the 4 hour, our moving averages are still stacked up nicely. The bigger ones, 800, 600, and 60 there, and the 360 is way up here. So technically, by my 5 moving average strategy, we could end up bouncing somewhere in this range. 58.9, somewhere up to 66.2. Also, if you kind of notice that we did make a lower low and a lower high there, that usually implies, doesn't have to work out that way, but it usually implies that there will be a lower low here somewhere, and that might come down to this 800 moving average. The 800 usually does have an impact on price, so do expect a hiccup whenever that 800 comes into play there. We're taking a look on the daily. Let's take a look at our indicators here, shall we? And this is the stochastics just rounding out the top here. and starting to work to the downside along with everything else, man. Everything is starting to roll over here on the daily. Now, we saw this and talked about it on the weekly. Mostly, the biggest notable thing that what I've learned, pay attention to a weekly bearish cross on the MACD, because that's usually a sign you need to take some kind of action. That's usually one that's worth looking at. Now, she can fake out, where she crosses bearish and then flips back up. We've got a few examples of that, like maybe here. But they're few and far between, and usually the further away that the red and the blue line, the signal lines here, are away from the histogram, well, the bigger chance it will have a nicer move to the downside. Now, there is a slight little chance, I know, check this out, that maybe, just maybe, well, instead of it coming all the way back down here, we'll just kind of come down here to this area, flip up. But that's a nice little drop there that's going to affect your portfolio, and this might be the time that we got to start asking ourselves some questions like, do we want to ride this down? Because I don't like that. And I'm in a position with my spot margin that I'm going to end up taking a hit on the chin. I just got to, see what I can deflect just a little bit. Taking the hit on the chin doesn't mean I lose. It just means I got to suffer that downside. But if I de-risk myself, then I will have more dry powder to buy it up when we finally do decide to take that move up. That's the smart move. I want dry powder for the reversal if we're going to the downside. But Road Dog, what if it takes off to the upside? Well, it had its chance to do that a couple of times, and it didn't do it for what I'm looking for. And it's what I got. So usually if I get to a crossroads, this is what I've been doing. This has been working out. I don't know. Used to when, I remember being early in the game, it was always just all in, all out on something. If I did a trade, I was like just jumping, whatever. If it's $100 on this or whatever amount, 500 or whatever. And when I was first starting out, it wasn't 500, trust me. But you throw it all in, and then over time, well, nibbling, layering in, really does balance things out a lot. And so does layering out, I might add. But de-risking a little bit here, just something to have some dry powder in case we do come down. And if we decide to take a bullish run to the upside, well, then I just get to jump in on a bullish move instead of riding one down. So I'm not saying I'm selling, but what I was getting at, when I get to these positions where I don't know, I might take a 50-50 approach. I find that works a lot. So I may just sell half of a position. That allows me to de-risk a little bit. I've still got what I have. Maybe I'm only do 25%. Right now, I'm kind of flirting around. I've done 10% on some of my positions here. And I'm going to scale it down accordingly if I need to. I'm still watching these areas carefully to kind of tell me what to do. I will let the charts tell me. But there's a lot of signs here on the daily that kind of say, in the green cloud, not great. Getting rejected was the real, that's the writing on the wall right there. The only thing you can hope for is a Hail Mary fake out where they just want to just wick us back in and say, ha, fooled you. But quite honestly, I don't see that happen as much. Not if you're looking at the nature of the market, and even what the charts are telling you. It's just time for us to take a little break. But I will say this does look interesting on the 3-day, and this is what is so weird. Now you're going to say, "Oh, are you flipping?" The 3-day says that we might have a chance to come up to 66 again. Maybe. Or maybe we just get rejected where we are. Now, if we came up to 66 again, this is going to be playing with my head. You can be breaking back into my pattern. But there are some signs here that might be happening. That is so weird how you can have such a difference on the 3-day chart on your indicators and the daily. Daily is totally flipping bearish. Getting money flow in the red. You come over to the 3-day and you're still okay. Now, 3 days do have more weight. 5-day looks okay. 5-day doesn't look bad. The weekly on this indicator doesn't look terrible. But it's this guy, who on the daily is still in the negative side of the zero line. It could be better. Positive on the histogram, but getting a little weak. Got a good bullish cross so far, but it's starting to get weak. It could come down again. It indicates a lot of sideways on that time frame. This one indicates that things might be lightening up a little bit on the 3-day. That's where we just got our green dot. So this is a lagging indicator. So 3-day may be indicating something here for us. But our 5-day, man, and the weekly here are just getting started. And that's the kind of thing. So this sounds like some chop coming our way with a little bit more influence on the downside overall. Once we start getting past this week and into the next one, well, the next one should technically be a little bit more bearish than this one if we're just now kicking off an RSI flip. So we got to be cautious is what I'm trying to drive home tonight. But there's still these little rays of hope. I'm still looking for, I am like here I'm on a 2-hour, which, you know, on the bigger, look, man, I got a moving average. The 6 just crossed over the 800. That's kind of, that's a little bearish here. I'm just saying the 300's already crossed bearishly over it. That was kind of up here in this area, you know, and we just got rejected off that 300. So that's spelling some downside. Even though we got this trend line here, we could bounce off of it. Looks like we're trying to do it right now. I know it's crazy, right? But overall, the momentum is staying down, and I have to take that into account. So crazy that Bitcoin dominance wants to go up, though, don't you think? Isn't that odd? The Bitcoin dominance wants to go up, and altcoins want to go down. If only there was a cheat sheet that could help us figure this out. There is. So Bitcoin dominance is going up and Bitcoin goes down, altcoins have a tendency to dump. So if there's any message I'm trying to get across, it would be to look for those signs. We've got the little cheat sheet. Take a picture, snapshot. It's available over in the Telegram group. All that stuff is free. I got everywhere over there. And I know this is contrary to a lot of the messages that have been coming out. You know, some people are declaring that we're getting ready to, our altcoins are getting ready to rock and roll. And, you know, you got to show me at this point. You got to show me. Because we didn't get the little W thing. We're hoping for, you know, I look for us to maybe come up a little bit in altcoins, and I was planning on taking more profit there. But as usual, I don't usually get what I want in crypto. That's just, I've accepted that. But, you know, that was a legit thing to ask for. That could have happened, but it didn't. Instead, we just, we didn't even make it up there. We got rejected and came down. And now, instead of this looking like a possible bullish W pattern happening here on others, that's what I'm looking at, this chart that represents the altcoins in my bag and your bag too. Well, now we got what we consider possibly some sort, depending on how you want to draw it, whether you want to do it this way or whatever, a possible bear flag. Anyway, a rising channel, they're typically bearish, and if price is kind of bearish, that's a tendency to maybe play out. The only saving grace that I would say that I see sometimes, and I think it's kind of funny. Do you see this shape here? I guarantee you, somebody's going to call that the head and shoulders top reversal pattern and call it down here on the bottom. I've seen it. I've just pet peeve of mine because it's a top pattern. That's the upside down was, but and then that's a dump. And I, honestly, sometimes I swear it's a fake out, and I think the market makers just play on the stupid people. And I mean, not trying to be mean or anything, not trying to say that, but so a lot of times I see that because I notice that people call that, And I'm like, that doesn't even make sense, Bubba. And then it doesn't play out. And I'm like, what? It makes sense because it shouldn't play out. It's not a reversal. It's not a top reversal. It is a top reversal pattern, but this is not a top reversal situation for that pattern. So I'm interested on that. But when you zoom out, you still got a rising channel, which is kind of bearish. So it looks like alts are going to take a little bit of black here. And do we have fear or greed? I thought I had fear or greed. I'd like to check out fear and greed. Crypto fear and greed. We are at, for real? For real. We're 64, we're greed. For real, for real. Well, I will say this overall, in the long term, I am not bearish at all on Bitcoin. I'm very bullish on it. I just say right now, there is some, I think there's some underhanded stuff going afoot. And it is very clear to me that Bitcoin and crypto are scaring the hell out of them. And when you start connecting all the dots, it always ties back to the central banks. And it doesn't just end there. When you started connecting the dots, we bring in the IMF, we bring in the WEF. You guys heard of Build Back Better, haven't you? You heard that from Joe Biden, right? You also heard that from the WEF. You also heard that spread across several European countries too. And suddenly you have to ask yourself, what the hell country am I living in now? I thought we were a republic ran by the people, and suddenly we have global agenda stuff coming in. We've been infiltrated, and sadly today I think I woke up to the fact that it's much further along than I had thought. And I think this is going to be an interesting year. If you don't have Bitcoin, you need Bitcoin and a plan to get Bitcoin. I'll throw that and gold. Because I'm pretty convinced this great reset is, well, I think we're probably more than 80% there. And I don't think it's going to be good. It's not going to be pretty at all. And the sad thing is, they tell us. They're not hiding it. If you listen, they tell you exactly what they are going to do. You just forget about it during the years while they're implementing it. Today, I just found out about Agenda 21 from the WEF. Did you know they had Agenda 21? I heard about Agenda 2030. But did you know they had one for 2021? What happened in 2021? A lot of the stuff that they were talking about and all the pushes that they've been on, ESG. This is in 1992. I saw a video of Nancy Pelosi talking about all this stuff and the things that, and then we're 2 years later, we're like, 2020, where the hell's all this coming from? They were building all along. And this is not a political show, and I don't mean to get out that way, but it's just kind of depressing when I look around. But it also drives home the importance of decentralized money, especially one that you can carry with you anywhere, that cannot be easily confiscated. They only get it by threat. But it's a sad day when they had to have to confiscate it, isn't it? For any reason. That tells you something's wrong. Let's take a look at our altcoins today. Take a little look at Solana here. But before we get too juicy in that, let's go take a look at our altcoin news today. Will you join me while we take a look? I say maybe some altcoin news instead of world news. It might be a little brighter. Today in crypto. Let's try that one more time. Today in crypto, FTX projects asset distribution of 14.5 to 16.3 billion with 98% of creditors receiving about 118% of allowed claims within 30 days post-approval. Grayscale has withdrawn its application for an Ethereum futures ETF with the SEC. Eternity has introduced its Ethereum Layer 2 with enhanced AI-driven security. ENA announced that USDE will be integrated into Bybit. It becomes the first stablecoin outside of USDC, USDT, and BUSD to be integrated into CeFi derivatives. Galaxy has proposed a budget for GAL stake and rewards programs, planning to allocate 2 million GAL and 1 million Arbitrum tokens. PivX has teased the release of version 6.0 with shield staking, planned for Q4 of 2024. Qtum announced that the Qtum Ethereum bridge will be released on this month. Strader plans to announce something on May 8th, while XCAD Network has announced the release of its first creator token, Dawn, set for May 8th at 7 a.m. UTC. Stellar has announced a testnet upgrade to Protocol 21 scheduled for May 14th with a mainnet vote planned for June 18th. And Polyhedra has teased that ZK staking is coming soon. That's what happened in crypto today.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Check with the chat. How's it going with everybody? Curious George. How's it going, my man? Another boring crypto summer. Feel more positions and chill. Well, it does look like if things happen normally, yeah, then probably we do have that. I'm not feeling myself tonight. I'm feeling a little bit affected tonight by just some of the stuff that I found out today. I'm trying not to let that influence me. So I'm gonna tell you to just anything that I go over tonight, let's approach it cautiously because there's some emotions coming up today with just how the world is and what's going on. I don't want that to influence. Oh, you feel dark about the world, so you're feeling dark about Bitcoin. Yeah, we don't want that to happen. So I'm just going to lay that out there. But it's just irritating to me when I see them taking steps, what they're doing. And even with Bitcoin, what they're doing, they're bringing everything into their side of the fence, to the debt side slavery equation of this. And this is not conspiracy. This is fact. I mean, fiat money represents debt. There's nothing backing that. There's nothing supporting that. Did you guys know that our public parks in the U.S. lent out, or there's claims on that stuff now where we put it up as collateral with the central bankers? Did you know that there's an agenda? And they have plans for North America. Did you know that the UN they prefer that North America be basically for resources and farmland for the world? Sounding like there's a plan for us not to be curious a population. And ushering us off to 15-minute cities. That's kind of weird. Now, you would say some of this stuff is conspiracy theory, and guys, I'm finding that a lot of things that I thought were conspiracy theory. I'm used to hear about the WF and the UN and all that stuff, and I think that's that drunk crazy guy over there talking. That drunk crazy guy knew some shit. Maybe that's why he's drinking so much. I don't know. I didn't mean to get off on this. Let's take a look at the market. We're going to look at Solana. She might have a chance to come back here to this nice little area. $142. It does look like there might be a chance for the 100 moving average either to cross bullishly or to roll over there. Let's hope that it will cross bullishly. There are some nice signs here on Solana. I'm on the 2-hour chart. Looks like we're finding a nice little bounce off this 360 moving average area here. And got a nice little cross to the 50 over that. I look for crosses on moving averages. I hear it said, a lot of people look for them to get tight, and I'm like, well, that's kind of arbitrary. What does that mean? When you find so much more details on the lines that actually cross, when you get a higher value crossing over a lower value or vice versa, and even the angles that they cross, that's how I read them, and that gives me a lot more information than if they just get tight or if price gets too far away. That doesn't tell me jack. That's like when Bollinger Bands squeeze. But see how that the moving average how they cross and how they might be stacked upon each other gives us some key insights to what's happening with momentum on smaller term times and longer terms with the bigger moving averages. And I just find that so cool. And so by the ways that they cross and which ones cross give me influence to know which direction that, well, when they get tight, which direction it's going to go. I gotta say, overall, it's got some good things going on for Solana. So I do look for a bounce at about 142. Hey, there's Grimmer. How's it going, Grimmer? SPL says XLM. Let's take a look at XLM. XLM. Now, this one, I think if you tracked it, if I remember this right, they are hooked up with USDC is with Stellar. Now, if you wonder, if you start adding, put your conspiracy hats on and wonder why does Stellar not ever get in trouble, but XRP is getting in trouble? I'm just connecting some dots there. I do believe that the powers that be have their eyes and their fingers in USDC. So one reason that they don't like crypto so much is because, we work on a fractional bank and reserve system, right? They don't know how to take this and fractionalize it, where you only need 10%, you take $100 and put it in the bank. They used to. Now they don't have to keep anything. Used to, they'd have to keep at least $10 of it, and they'd loan out the 90, and then the loans create money, and the whole process just gets real convoluted and everything. But they can't do that because they have to have one-on-one assets. See, they have a problem. They can't make they can't make more Bitcoin, and they've got to bring it in their system, so they will find a way to. And the same thing with that's where they're having to hang up with CBDCs, is what I'm finding. So they're going to get a slick way. I guess they can do it. The Fed now is already out there. They could do it here in the U.S. to placate us and still keep paper money. That's the scary thing. It could be going on right behind the socket, and they will sell it to us. They will sell it to us, and we will want it. They will put us in the situation where we will want the CBDC, and they will lube us up before they really ram it in. Unlike the other countries, where they just shoved it all in. They'll sweeten it up for us where it doesn't seem as evil. But that sucker is coming. The things that I am learning is surveillance state is where we're finding ourselves. XLM looks like she might get a bounce in this area. Let's hope that sticks, but man, there's some that's a bearish sign. She is bearish right now, so if this does break, she could fall. Let's just talk about that, and I'll be looking at this wick here about 9.1 cents. Maybe she'll come down there, because what gets wicked often gets candlestick. We can zoom out, and I can get some zoom out and get your focus, road dog. World's not ending today. Jesus loves us. And that's good, because the bankers sure as hell don't. They don't at all. They don't give a... I'm not talking about your local bank. We're talking about central bankers. And if you do your homework on that crap, man, oh man. And our founding fathers knew all this. And when you... Oh my God. Our founding fathers, if you find the letters that they wrote to each other and they talked about man, this country is not what they intended. Where we are right now is not what they had. They were warning against all the stuff that's going on right now. That's why it's so concerning. XLM here on the 3-day is testing this 200 moving average. It's been holding that level pretty well in there. Wicking below it, but always retaining it. Man, it does look like it has a good chance of coming back down here, though. But that 9 moving average is not just, it's got to do something really bullish real quick, like in the next, sometime this week, and get above that 9 moving average here. Or it's going to cross that 200 moving average, and then that's just spelling down, at least down to here. So we are seeing some down in altcoins. The good sign, I'm not going to try to be, look, the 100 crossed the 200. All the other ones, all the other moving averages across the 200. It's just the price and this 9 moving average that follows after it that are being unruly. But if the 9 does cross the 200, it could push it all the way back down here. That's all I'm saying. This guy I'm worried about. Striker says, yeah, I'm feeling the red. Striker says, jaded. I think I feel jaded today. DP says AJ was right. You know, with BitBoy, I haven't seen what AJ has said. I know BitBoy has been also, well, he gets his information from whoever Mr. X is. But, I mean, he's been touching on some of these things too. And, you know, some of the things he acts like he's just figuring out. But, I mean, some of this, one of the reasons why, you know, we're told that we got crypto started. My gosh, we're hearing all kinds of things going on right now about crypto. That it's a Trojan horse. And, you know, you got to put your tinfoil hat on, but if there is a master plan that seems to spread over freaking lifetimes and centuries, however, they're getting control of the money. Where the global government is, it's basically here. It is basically here. And then comes a global currency. And then comes you can't buy or sell without whatever identifier. The mark. It's weird. No, dog, you're a bummer tonight. I'm changing channels. Hey, look at FET. How you doing, FET? FET's got a nice little pullback over here. Oh, did you find a bounce? That actually looks good for FET, to be honest with you. Ichimoku Cloud looks nice. 3-day chart, we got the green dot here. FET actually looks nice. Now, she does not look like she's about to die. I mean, there's still a little... Did she come down and get a target? Yes. She's above the 9 movement average, has not gained the 21 yet. She may be struggling with this breakout, though. I'm just saying. She may not... If she does get that breakout, oh, great. But everything else looks good. It's just that, you know... The 9 moving average needs to cross that 21. She's not even pointing up that way yet. So there's going to be a little over in the next few days. 3-day candle, man. We can come down to the 1 day, see what we got going on. So a little wavy way. So you rejected here, probably coming back and then take another run for it. It's in it. Now this one, is it? Oh, you're on the, still in the wrong cloud. This one looks better. Let's see, this is the 12 hour and we're above the, that looks nice. Actually, FET looks pretty solid. Now we've seen this before on something else and it failed because it couldn't get up here. So we'll probably see that again too. I think that was that Solana. AIOZ seems to be holding up pretty well. She's throwing okay, she broke out of our little zone there, which is positive, and now she's flirting with coming back in it. Now, is it going to be a fake out, or is she going to do something big? So we could take a measure move. And that should come up to this area about 105. being a possibility. I don't see it happening just like now, though. It does look like we're going to fall back into this, okay? I'm just going to throw that out there. See, I'm on the 12-hour. Those are indicators are indicating that they are a little bit tired. Maybe just be a pull back to 76, or what could happen? Well, we might see price come down here and then the 9 get rejected. And then we come back down to these areas, or at least halfway. Now that could happen, but it hasn't happened yet, so let's... And checking out the 4-hour, see what we're looking for. Eventually, she's going to be working for this golden cross on the 4-hour, which is a buy signal in my book. I pay attention to those on the daily and the 4-hour. And if I'm trying to snipe a position, I'm definitely paying attention to it on the smaller time frames, wherever they might be. So far she is holding that, but I'm not. The only thing the logical thing to do here is draw a trend line, and if it breaks, the cut and run and get it cheaper. But if she does bounce there, it's looking pretty hella bullish. Especially if the 50's getting ready to cross over the 100, bullish. And they're both getting ready eventually. It's going to take a little while to get over they have a chance to cross the 200. And if they do that, we're good. And I don't see why they wouldn't, because the 300 is already. Well, right. Well, yeah, they could, because gosh darn it, the 200 crossed barely under that one. A smaller moving average cross barely over the bigger one. So there could. She coming back in the pattern, sorry. You're so bearish today, Bo. Yeah, I'm calling for a 786. I'm looking at 63 cents there. Actually, let's go up here. That's your first row of confluence, but Mark Tree says Bill Hicks was right. Because IBM is a big backer of XLM. I don't know what Bill Hicks was saying, but I guess we're talking about XLM. Probably Tether or the USDC, CBDC ties and stuff. The weird thing is they tell you, they do, man. They tell you exactly what they're going to do. They do not hide it. It's like it's almost like, we told you what we were going to do. I can't help it if you were not stupid enough to figure it out. It's like that. I don't know. It's weird. But I swear to gosh, if you look, everything that they're planning, they're not hiding it. It's out there. They mention it. But the way they mention it's just nonchalant. Like the WEF. I mean, who is this? Who is the WEF to come out and start telling us how we're going to be changing our countries? What the? America lost his balls. Lost God, too. That's why he lost his balls. Right now, look at Bill Hicks. He is also AJ. Oh, wait a minute. Bill Hicks, AJ. Are we talking about white balls, or are we talking about... What are we talking about? Who are we talking about? I do not know this guy, but I will check him out, though. Huh. I'll check that out. Whoops. Round shot. Well, guys, if you got any coins you want me to take a look at, just throw them in the chat, because basically I'm looking at the same ones I had. They're all, they're all kind of suffering, but they could suffer a little bit more and get a little bit. A few of them look interesting and good. It's going to be a little iffy. Now we take a look over on Tokenmetrics over here. Well, that's definitely not it. Let's refresh this. And let's see what the top trader coins are. And you know, sometimes I think you should just put an exchange in here. I'm gonna go with CoinEx. See if it kind of narrows it down a little bit, because you're getting everything here. CoinEx, where you at? CoinEx MexC maybe. MexC. Hey MexC, where you at? Why you so down? Why you were with the M's? I know, right? Come on. Gosh. Apply. So the hot traded coins over on CoinEx and MexC is fast token worldwide. USD is $1. Probably say $1. What the hell are you even doing there, man? How you? Arkham Intelligence? Yes. Whiff has been having a hard time. Now I like Arkham Intelligence. I don't, you know, they're helping to usher in this whole new world order thing that's going to screw us all in the end. But am I going to have a moral dilemma or what? They're like the Palantir of crypto, and that's how I understand it. We got Popcat. We've been looking at all these lately. Bonk. Near Protocol. Near's at 726. Ponky Ponky. The Ponky Monkey. Frontier. Oh, yeah. I remember BitBoy was chilling that one at $4. And it tanked right after. That pissed a lot of people off. And that was before it came out about his media sheet. Now he's out there exposing how it's done. Teller has been interesting. TRB. Now she's been doing good. Is she going to do something crazy again? TRB. Wow. That's hellified. The retest would be a great opportunity to play, and it will come because she just got above that. Man, we're on the 4 hour. This is the 800 movement average. That's that's a big accomplishment. That's bearish as I'll get. I mean, bullish as I'll get out. But wow, it's amazing that you even did that. They're all stacked perfectly upside down, and it just, that's amazing. How the hell did that happen? I mean, we can look back, we can analyze the things I like and that I would be looking for that would spell a nice move to the upside would be that break back into the pattern. Ooh, she looked like she was done for there. But then she came back and got in, and then it didn't retest, it just went straight up. But that is one of the things that I do look for. Breaking back into the patterns usually does lead to a good move, but man, that exceeded it. This one, now when we're bearish, I'll say that a lot. It'll break from the top and then, break from the top and then come down and sometimes go all the way through. Like in a bear market, you would see that. But this is, I know, since we are in technically a bull market. And there's that's a scallop pattern, but I like that. It makes a little like a bridge. I like that. That's a nice little bottom sign to look for, man, where they start even rounding upside down. Like, you see that for a recovery move for that, like bear traps and things. I like that. So a good chance that she's going to get rejected here. She's already got her 3 humps in time for a little bit. I don't want to see her come back into that pattern area for real, but she could. But it looks like Lucy, the 600 moving average right here, 666, will probably get retested right there at the 236 area. Still, just depending on how the market gets, she starts getting a little bit bearish, might drop back to 70. If we hit back into this pattern, I would expect us to come back 70 or maybe even the $60 area to kind of retest the top of this W. If we make it, this should hold right here if we come in, I would think. Just got to see. That's a pretty cool So the moving averages now got to pick up some steam. It's going to take a lot to flip them over. But once everything gets above that 800, that will be awesome. TRB, looking interesting. There is a little bit of a trend line here, suggests that 159 will be resistance if we ever do make it up in that area. 145 is an area I would look for. Hey, there's Joe, Trade Intuition. How's it going, Joe? And Moneymaker, welcome to stream, Moneymaker. How's it going? Take a quick look at Atom, Cosmos. Nice. What are we looking at here? Haven't looked at this one in a little while. What did we do? We had a okay, touches, trend line, retest. Okay, we had that, and then we were following a trend line there. Lost that, came back and bounced off this trend line, and now we're kind of stuck in the middle with you. All right. Well, I've got a 600 something moving average underneath an 800, so that's kind of a little bit on the bearish side. For momentum just to kind of weigh us down a little bit, make us kind of be a little bit of a bummer. So I wouldn't expect to get much past that area. I mean, if she were to pop straight up, she'd run right into this trend line and that would smack her down. Actually, I'd look for this one to smack her down. You see how many moving averages we got here? All that confluence right there, that this is a congested area. Well, that price goes up to that little sucker. Oh, well, you know who's right there waiting for her, right? Yeah, it's Lucy. She just wants to smack that price down, man. I'm telling you, man, she's terrible. I'm telling you, the devil is in this market, man. I told you. I saw it today, though. So just as well as we got a chance to maybe come up here to this area, we also got a chance just to bounce back down and kind of flip back off of that. We just got to call it for what it is, man. I'm just saying. We got to get above this 200 moving average on a daily for, in my bookie, any kind of reasonable move to the upside. Because being below the 200 moving average on the daily is just, that's really uncool in the bull market. Just, yeah, not cool. I mean, you're not the cool kid I want to hang out with this weekend. It's like that, you know? BitTensor Tao hanging out with that little guy. How you doing, Tao? On the daily chart, where are we? And this does not have enough information here. Probably need to go over to KuCoin. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Nice little scallop pattern right there. Now, that's interesting. I like them when they do this. I do. We got a little something. Ooh, look at that. Man, did they flush this out or what? Tell me that wasn't an intentional market flush right there. Is this can you trade this one on leverage? That's the only reason I can think that why they would want to do that. I think, well, I don't think it is on leverage. I think it's it doesn't have that many coins, right? So that would be why they would want to do it. Oh, wow. So bearish retest of that trend line, and we haven't lost the 9 moving average yet. Might get a bounce off of that area, maybe. You pull the old Fibby, and you got a 0.5 there that we to that area-ish.
For the first time in ages, I wake up and don't hate it. I guess I found some peace.
So my indicators are looking a little bit tired, like she might want to just come down a little bit more, so I guess we just got to zoom out and figure this one out. And that's confusing. I want to see how you look there. And what does it look like when we take that guy into consideration. I'm going to run with that, and it does seem to have a little confidence over here. So all right, I'll rock with that. Mark these areas out because 322 could be on the radar. If we can't keep this area that we're holding out at 320 or at 422, we lose that non-moving average, then 327 be on the table. However, if we hold that, we might get a little bounce to the upside, and there might be, I'm sure, like a shoulder head and shoulder to the upside, and could bring us up here about 563 in that area. That'd be kind of cool. And we can do on a daily chart. For real, for real. Oh, you're trying to take us up to the 650? I'll go for that. I'm cool with it. Don't know if you do it, but I'll throw it out there. So we'll put that target. It does have some confluence. I mean, we do have this trend line that we broke, and we're gonna have to face up to it at some point and find some resistance. And if I just line up my time things, which doesn't really mean anything, but it could. I don't know. Sometimes you can see some confluence happen that way. Sometimes it works out that way. Sometimes it don't. But if we have a little fun with it, maybe we can speculate that we'll see where these intersect, and it tells me that Tuesday, May 21st might reach this point. So I'll mark that there, and we'll come back, hopefully, if we ever remember it, and see if it works, and we can say, Road Dog, you suck, or Road Dog. I'm not a genius, so there's no reason saying that. I'm just doing stuff that I learn, and I'm just telling you what I do as I do it. And if you guys want to try it or back test it or whatever, play around with the ideas, add it to your toolbox, that's up to you. Works for me. Otherwise, we just sit around and talk about crypto, baby. I ain't trying to sell you nothing. I'm just trying to help you avoid the mistakes I made in the past. And we need this opportunity to make that life-changing money, not so that we can drive around in Lambos. And where the world's headed right now, I don't think that's going to be our priority, but we need that money just so that we can freaking survive. Because if there's anything I want to warn about on this channel, man, is that, man, this next 5 years we're facing is not going to be pretty. And I'm starting to doubt about the next 6 months, not 5 months until election, what that's going to look like. One thing that I have learned to look for is that whoever's standing up and pointing their finger and accusing the other whatever, usually what washes out a few years later is that you find that what they're accusing the other people of doing is exactly what they were doing themselves. Whichever side it is, that's a weird tactic. I don't understand that. You stole the cheeseburger. You stole it. He stole that cheeseburger. Making a big fuss. Get the other person arrested for a cheeseburger and find out a year later. And I stole that cheeseburger. It's weird. All right, so Tao, maybe get some downside. That'd be a nice little juicy place to buy it. I think they want to, somebody wants to get it at a good price. We got these scam wicks here. Fleshing out the market there. I picked up a little bit more of this to add to my bags there. Haven't added it over to my wallet yet. I need to get my money off the exchanges because you don't want to keep your money on exchanges. Listen, if they're coming after hot wallets, they're coming after crypto, apparently. They're coming after altcoins, apparently. They're blowing a little stink in the water. They'll be coming after centralized exchanges. They got some plans in the work. I'd really strongly recommend you get your crypto off the exchanges, if not for nothing else, for safety, security, and if for nothing else, privacy. Because at some point, your addresses are going to be doxxed. And I don't know, think about that for a moment. Because once you get doxxed, how are you going to get undoxxed? That'd be tricky, wouldn't it? I mean, how are you going to clean up where, you don't need people tracking all your transactions. It doesn't mean that you're up to anything, but I don't need to know what you do with your money. I don't need to know how much you have so I can come find out where you live and come get it from you, or extract your fingers and teeth and whatever. Do you tell me your seed phrase? You don't need that kind of crap out there. And, eventually the centralized exchanges will be having to give that information over. That's where we're headed. Okay, we're getting ready to lose all that privacy. Not cool. So we need some good developers out there to help us maintain our freedom, because it seriously is being taken from us. And I just, you know, we need to remember why we got into crypto. We got distracted from all the money that was made in it, but we need to start really looking at it as the saving grace that it can be for us and what's coming up. Road Dog, you're being such a prophet of doom and gloom. Stop it, you're scaring me. Take a look at Whiff. See, the people that go out and they start buying all the big stuff, cars, houses, when it comes down to it, you don't own that. And those are all registered, probably on blockchain by that time too, make it easier for them to transfer ownership. Because you pay taxes on it, and if you pay taxes on it, baby, you don't own it. All it takes is get behind on those taxes to find that out. So looky here. Why? Whiff. Dog with hat. Got a little finding support here so far off the 21 moving average area right there. 9 moving average is above that. I think that is a good sign. We kind of lost the 50, but that sucky sucks. What do we got going on here? Some of the indicators are looking kind of tired, a little bit bearish, like they want to come a little bit down to the downside here. So what says you? I don't like my trend lines, to be honest with you. Let's tighten this. Let's just tighten this whole thing up on the old daily chart. You don't have much to go by here, but you do have something. Now, some people will identify this as a shoulder, head and shoulder. I do not, because, well, I'm picky, so I just find that they work out a lot better if there's actually like a neckline, you got a touch. I just find it works out. Trade them how you want. If you connect all the dots, it gives you something a little symmetrical with a possible breakout. If you extend this line, it could be identifying some possible channel areas. Just a little weak, in my opinion. But Whiff could be coming back to 273 is what I'm getting out of this little guy. And coming down to smaller time frames, looks like maybe. Looks like we lost the 200 moving average, but I think we could regain that. Could we? No, well. If these moving averages don't cross over that, I think we got a good chance to gain that. Otherwise, maybe retesting this bottom area, and also you pull out your old fibby here and just, there's your 618. That is a nice little area to consider for some support. That'd be a nice place to bounce, actually. Doesn't mean that it will, but 618s work out that way a lot of times, so that's why we use them. It's generally the general go-to for fibs. Retracement to the 618. That's just the standard expectation, because, well, that's just a fact of nature. In nature and in trading, I guess. Just don't want to see these trend lines start breaking down. I don't want to start getting into this negative area there. 4 hour looks like our RSI is coming down to the low lows there, so currently sitting at 35. I would like to see it dip under that 30 and come loop around, and when she starts popping out of that 30% area, then that's generally your buy signal for the RSI. When we say buy signal, it's taking into account other things that you see on the chart, man. Remember, it's not just one little thing that tips you off, although sometimes it can be, but the more things that you find that say the same thing, that give you confluence, well, the more likely it is, I've found, to actually work out. So if trend lines and moving averages or fibs point to a certain price level, and I get 2 or 3 of those saying whatever price, I'm running with it, and seems to work out pretty good. Moneymaker says, would you mind looking at CTC on MexC Futures? Sure can. Even gave me the exchange there. Cool. Okay, cool things this got going for it. I'm just on the 4-hour time frame because I happen to have these moving averages up. I got the ones I don't normally put up. I just pull them up for every once in a while, but they're kind of relevant right now, I'm finding. But the good thing is, you know, they're stacked nicely, so the momentum looks like overall we should be still kind of up or just leveling out. I'm happy to see these two. If I didn't see these two and was just going by here, I'm like, that's just looking really bad. That's looking really bad. And it could, because we could be getting rejected and coming down. Probably will come down a little bit, I would expect. Just can't seem to break above that 200 moving average there, but you know, are you? No. She's trying to reclaim that non-moving average. Now, when she reclaims the non-moving average, I'm on her side. I'm saying, yeah, go for it. I'm backing her up with everything I got. She loses it, I'm getting mad at her. Depending on how you look at it, we kind of broke a trend line. So, if she breaks back into that little sucker, I'm counting that as bullish, and I would, me just speaking, when I see that happen, I might have a tendency to degen in. I'm just saying, I don't really, but you know, this is when you got to be cautious though, because she can also fake you out that way. So on the time frame that you're actually trading, you want to make sure you get some candle closes up there. Confirm, and then you can see a nice move. But what you usually see is rejection and downside, so that's what we should expect. She's got some bullish signs there on the 1 hour. What's going on here? Daily looks like it's getting ready to roll over, or has that possibility to be coming up soon. And rejection here at the 100 moving average on the daily. Lots of top wicks, but it doesn't look as detrimental to me though. She is above the 9, even though she's got some work cut out to do. Let us zoom out here and see what we are looking at now. Seems like this area, doesn't it? Seems to really like that little area. Draw a little horizontal line right here on top of this candle body. Seems to be resistance over here and support now. That's at 61 cents. Well, we don't want to break that line, because if we break that line, well, we're going to hell in a handbasket. Well, that would be my immediate analysis. However, we got this diagonal trend line that we got to continue with that guy. I think we just looked at that earlier, but I like this. I like that. And that should be a 200 moving average down here, so that's cool. We're above the 200. So if we do come down, the lowest that I see that we should go, or would want to see us go, is 62. Going anywhere below that would not be good. You can draw a trend line connecting these bottoms in there, and let that be a line in the sand, and this be the line in the sand. It looks like you on the smaller time frames be coming down just maybe a chance to come down. 1 hour looks actually kind of nice, or nicer. Oh, did you really? Check you out. You little 382 bounce off of that. Pulled a fib here from swing low to swing high here. It came to the 382, and then it got a nice bounce, because if you get a bounce off of that one, it's usually good. Now we got to consider the whole move and see where we're at. And she's trying to get another bounce off the 50. Come down to the 50 there. And And so that does take her back up to this area. Or could. Possibly. That's a reasonable target to look for if we do continue up. Not yet sold on it. Put that against, okay, put against the laid it against the candle bodies down here, and it covers that wick. Well, we stay in this makeshift channel here. This is as far as I can take it to kind of guesstimate it. This would be more realistic as probably where you would find resistance there. So I just look to see if we can bounce off this channel. It'd be awesome if we broke to the upside of it. That would be bullish as all get out. But it may just kind of travel up this way. Right now it's making higher high, well, making higher lows anyway. We want those higher lows. Need to get some more higher highs in. Ultimately, we've got a nice possible W pattern forming here at this area. And if it can't get above this area and hold it, so if we meet this target and even bounced off this trend line, that should be a nice move. Even more, but we'll have to take that when we get it. But you could just take a little measure move for the double bottom area there, and that should put you somewhere right over here, lining up with these guys. About 97 cents. Unlocks it. All right, guys. Well, guys, it is 12:12. And we covered several coins, and I got to hear my little rants against central banks and all that stuff. Again, let you know what I went over tonight, and you could probably tell me I'm a little off track tonight. My feelings have been stirred with what I've been seeing going on in the world, so I'm let that be known. It's not good, I'm trying to be as biased as I can, but I do have a little bit of a bearish slant today. So you may see that coming out a little bit more. I do my best to be objective and try to control it, but we are in a little bit of a bearish land right now too. So don't ignore the signs. But it's just fair to me when I feel myself in, bent a certain way. And just, it's just looking at things in the world and seeing dots connected together that I know. Anyway. I'm feeling a little way. I don't want it to influence my TA tonight, but I'm just giving you a shout out. Hey, man, I might be a little influenced tonight, just to be fair. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I'll be back tomorrow, and I'll be in a more positive mood, hopefully, unless the world blows up. But we've always got God there to look out for us. He said he would, so gotta trust in that. See you guys tomorrow night. Take care. Oh, Moneymaker says his dad's is Rising Sun. Oh, cool. Oh, glad to have you here. I like Rising Sun. Long in a short world. Good night, everybody. Good night, John boy. I'm going to get some in-stream candy that kind of shed some light on some of the stuff that I'm buying now, man, because we need to know this stuff. Good night, everybody.